Welcome to SDSU-Tube, talking South Coast State University football. Tom Nieman along with David Brown. We're in the S-Jack. We're indoors. It's a little chilly in here. They could practice in here, and it would feel like they're practicing outside. But Coach Stake says the Jacks will get a lot of practice time as much as they can outside this week, getting ready for Western Illinois coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be about 25 degrees. He wants fans to still come out. It's a playoff game for them, so he's encouraging students. I got to be out there. I got to shoot the game. So, if I can go out there, then SDSU fans can go out there.
You support David Brown and come see the Jackrabbits on Saturday. All right, Jacks beat Indiana State at Indiana State 32-17 on Saturday, and things went wrong in a lot of cases in the first half for the Jackrabbits, but they outgained Indiana State 200 yards to 100 yards. The defense was very good, but how did Indiana State get out to a 9-0 lead on the Jacks in this game?
It was compounded from pretty much one mistake. It was 0-0 in the second. Zach Zenner had a touchdown run actually called back because of a holding penalty, and then later in that drive they're forced to punt, and Stig said Ethan Sawyer should have handled this snap. It looked kind of high, but either way, he mishandles the snap. It goes backwards. He recovers. He tries to punt. It gets blocked out of the back of the end zone, so it's a safety, and Indiana State leads 2-0. And then, of course, the free kick is from deeper in the red zone, so Indiana State gets it close, and it goes out of bounds. So Indiana State gets it at the 50, and then they just have a short field. They use a trick play, a throwback to the wide receiver who throws back to the quarterback, Parrish, and they get a short touchdown. So it's 9-0, but it was 9-0 because of really one play, the safety and then the short kick, and then they had a short field to work with. But other than that, the SDSU defense held Mike Parrish in check for most of this game.
All right, 9-0 Indiana State. Austin Sumner had 2 interceptions in the first half, just throwing it into coverage where he shouldn't have thrown it. But the Jacks get a late drive in the end of the first half, and they get into the end zone. Great catch by Trevor Wesley. Brady Mangarelli makes a play. Zenner gets in for the touchdown, and it's 9-7 at halftime.
It is, and right before the half, Indiana State gets the ball with about, I think it was 8-9 seconds left, and they're trying to go for a Hail Mary, try and get some points, and JT Hassel comes running from about 20-25 yards away and just absolutely pops Parrish. Ball comes out, SDSU recovers. They had a shot at the Hail Mary at the end zone, but it was incomplete. But I personally thought that gave them a little bit of momentum. It wasn't a play that resulted in anything of significance, but seeing JT Hassel just come screaming at Parrish and just absolutely pop him, it gets a team fired up. So they're down 9-7 at the half, but Hassel has made a statement saying, we're here to play.
Yeah, the D had a little nastiness to it in the whole game, which was great to see. So it's 9-7 Indiana State at halftime. Jacks come out in the second half early and take the lead on a 91-yard, about a 10-yard, 20-yard pass, and then Jake Wieneke takes it the rest of the way for 91 yards.
Yeah, Wieneke's yards after the catch making Sumner's numbers look a little bit better. But yeah, we talked to him after the game. It was a simple slant, and he just outran everyone. Stig said that the Indiana State defense was designed to stop the run. That's why they had no one in the middle of the field. But you saw Wieneke go inside, outside, around, back, eluding all types of defenders. And as you said, 91-yard touchdown ties for the longest pass play in Jackrabbit history.
Jacks get a 2-point conversion. They lead at 15-9. And then the defense stepping up again. Nick Mears made 9 tackles in this game. Jacks playing some D. They get a field goal to go up 18-9. And then one of the big plays in the second half, after a great one-handed catch here by Indiana State, the next play, they run it and get knocked out at the 2-yard line. This was huge.
It was very huge. Now, from my vantage point, I thought that Buck Logan got in. It was a third down. It looked like he was running there. Yes, I was wrong. According to the referees and to Thomas Wilfred Nieman. But yeah, Melvin Tavares comes out of nowhere and gets Buck Logan out at the 2. It looks like his foot is kind of straddling that line, but as you said, maybe the ball was across the out-of-bounds line. Either way, he's knocked out at the 2. It's not a touchdown. We all know what happens 2 plays later.
All right, 2 plays later, Logan tries to go over the pile. Jesse Bobbitt is in there, the Jacks linebacker, causes the fumble, digs it out, and the Jacks hold at the goal line.
Absolutely huge, because they were leading 18-9 at that point. You assume if they score, it's going to be 18-16, and it's a whole different ball game with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But the Jacks recover at their own 2-yard line, and then they escape somehow.
Yeah, touchdown there would have gotten Indiana State back within 2 points, but instead, 2 plays after that fumble, great block here by Andrew Mueller, number 77. Great to see him get in there, and Zach Zenner does the rest, takes it 94 yards for his second touchdown of the game.
Just a pedestrian 90-plus yard touchdown run by Zach Zenner. Not even his career long. Remember, he had that 99-yarder at Kansas 2 years ago, but like you said, great blocking by Mueller. Cam Jones also had a nice block at the end, and it goes from possibly an 18-16 game to the Jacks up 25-9. It's one of those things where in the span of Tavares pushing Buck Logan out, Bobbitt getting the fumble, and Zenner running all the way. That's 5 plays that changed the entire outcome of the game.
Big turnaround. Jacks lead at 25-9. Zach Zenner, by the way, 193 yards in this game. He is now 4th all-time in the FCS. He is over 1,400 yards for the season and 13 touchdowns on the season for Zach Zenner. So next Indiana State possession, Melvin Tavares with his 3rd interception of the season, and then Sumner goes to Wieneke one more time. The 11th touchdown catch of the season for Jake Wieneke.
We're running out of superlatives for Jake Wieneke. He's just been sensational. He's scored in every Missouri Valley Conference game this year. On this last touchdown, he simply deked the guy out. It was a slant and go route, and as you saw in the touchdown, he was just wide open, and that gave the Jacks an insurmountable lead at that point.
Wieneke is 18 yards away from 1,000 in his redshirt freshman season here, and again, he's got 11 touchdowns on the season, and the Jacks win at 52-17.
Or 32. 52 is a little too
Excuse me, 32-17
Don't give him too much credit.
is
They
the
did well
final.
on that one.
I was thinking about 510 yards of total offense with that 5, but the Jacks force 3 turnovers. They get 2 sacks, do not allow a sack to Indiana State in this ball game, and they win it to keep the playoff hopes alive, basically.
Yeah, they're 6-4 now. They still got to win out. They got to win their next 2 games against Western Illinois and USD. They're both at home at Coughlin Alumni Stadium, so momentum is good right now, but Western is a very tough test. Their quarterback leads the conference in both passing yardage and passing touchdowns.
Yeah, Trent Norville in 6 conference games, he's got 14 touchdowns and had a bunch of them against South Dakota over the weekend, so he's a concern. Their defense is very good. Western Illinois led North Dakota State in the 4th quarter earlier this season, so a very formidable foe coming in, and it's going to be cold, but Stig's putting out the plea. Get out there and watch the game 2 o'clock this Saturday against Western Illinois.
Yeah, absolutely, and don't let Western's record fool you. As you said, they were leading North Dakota State in the 4th quarter. They won at Youngstown, and Youngstown beat the Jacks, so this isn't a standard run-of-the-mill team at the bottom of the Missouri Valley Conference. They've just been sort of snake-bitten by some close losses and not being able to hold some leads in the 4th quarter. Western Illinois, to quote Stig, is a good football team.
They are. So are the Jacks. Great second half against Indiana State, and we'll see what happens Saturday as the Jacks host Western Illinois. That's it for SDSU-Tube.